That's not good. Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, you know what? I gotta feed these dogs. I forgot about that. So I'll get back to you in a minute. I got something I picked up at DD's for them. Okay. DD's is the kind of rectangular receptacle behind the grocery store. They're chowing down on some extra crispy chicken. So I've been busy in my absence from visiting with y'all. I guess I should have tried to record some of it, but I don't know. You get busy sometimes, and you just gotta keep on rolling. Anyhow, this is my other rake here. It doesn't need any of the joints replaced. I don't think. Doesn't seem like. I think that's still tight there. Well, maybe that one, but it's got some work left in it. The problem is in the gearbox here. It kind of strips gears from time to time. I don't know why. Not strips gears, but starts to skip. So I've had it apart a couple years ago and thought I had fixed it, but I must not have. There we go. See, it's acting all right now, but see that? Yeah, that's I need to tighten up the backlash of the gears, I guess. Something. Anyhow, one of the things I did was, you'll be proud to know, we no longer have to utilize a gravitational starting system on the 2040. I took the starter off, and I don't know if you remember, took the starter off an old 2040 that I had in the back there in my spare parts department and stuck on here, and it worked for a little while, but then it stopped working. So I took both of them apart and built one good one. This seems to work fine. Let's see if it'll actually do it right now. Yep. That feels good. That's a good feeling. So anyway, and went down to get the parts for the 4030. Ended up going with John Deere's, well, AI equivalent. The new bushings, they come with a O-ring groove machine in them, and a nice heavy O-ring. So the bushings themselves are kind of the seal, then you put the secondary seal on it, and it's not going to leak. But went down there to pick them up, and then they could only find one. They know that they got both of them, but they could only find one. That's the way it is down there. Don't get me started on the Atlantic tractor. It won't be pretty. The sensor may jump in, and but no. Anyway, trying to figure out what I'm going to do today. We're supposed to have a bunch of rain moving in. I wouldn't mind. Well, I've already done some other stuff this morning that might have been interesting for you to watch. Cleaned part of a fence row and moved some wagons and whatnot out the way, because I'm going to burn it when it rains. I'm going to throw some old stale gas on it and burn it up. But anyway, I was using Poppin' Johnny to move some things. Why, that's hooked to the rake. Let me go downhill and show you this. See that tree down there? That's a locust tree. I don't know, I guess it's 35 feet tall now, maybe 40. It used to be, shoot, that thing used to be 80 or 100 feet tall. Let me walk down there and show you. You know the old saying, lightning never strikes the same place twice is way wrong. Matter of fact, it strikes the Empire State Building hundreds of times a year. But I don't know, maybe not hundreds, but this tree here, I call it the lightning rod. Why, I don't know. It's been a draw for lightning. It's not like it's up on top of a hill. It's kind of downhill here, but it was a huge, as you can see, double trunked locust tree. I mean huge. It was double trunked, and I mean it went way up in the air. Hey, this is a nice time of year. I always love where the blooms are on the locust trees. You guys in some areas of the country that don't have locust trees, I feel sorry for you. Man, they make the best fence posts, and the flowers are really, really nice to smell. Even a man appreciates them. It's just a very nice smell, and it's very, very strong smell. Even if you get in the vicinity of it, if the wind's not blowing you, it's almost overpowering. But as you can see, this tree here, it was, like I say, it must have been 100 feet tall. It was a double trunked tree, and I remember the first time in my memory when it got struck by lightning, it knocked about 10 feet off the top of it, and it was laying down the field, and we had some good firewood and splintered it up and everything. The lightning did. And over the years, this very large, huge, stately tree has just been ravaged by lightning strikes. And yet it's a survivor. It's still living. It's still going on. It's still producing these nice blooms, and bees come and get the nectar and pollen out of them. You see some bees there. Maybe you can see them flying around there. And but it's unbelievable. Time after time, this thing would get struck by lightning, time and time again. And we'd always, if the cattle were trying to seek shelter from a storm, we would always have to run them out from underneath of here, because we knew that lightning was going to get it one time or another. And it hadn't struck it in a while, several years. I guess I ought not say anything, because it could happen sometime this summer. Last time it struck it, split it all the way down, right clean to the ground, as you can see. But it didn't kill the tree. This tree is a survivor. It's an amazing thing. When the wind blows, you can hear it creaking. I don't know. You can hear a little bit of it. Yep. There's a sermon in here somewhere. I don't know what it is. Maybe it'll come to me. But I just thought you'd find that to be kind of an interesting thing. This old tree, I don't know. It's got to be 150 years old. And it's a shame that it's just a fraction of what it used to be, but it's taken on. First, its stature was its glory. Now its ability to survive, its survival, showing what's left of it, is now its glory. What it was able to withstand. It's just an unbelievable thing. I thought it'd be interesting. Little subject. still a lot of good firewood there. We could cut out of there and it wouldn't hurt the tree at all. But maybe one of these days I will. At any rate, I gotta get started doing something. I don't know if I got any pictures, old pictures that show that tree. I mean, it was a tremendous thing. It was the biggest locust tree I ever saw. And there must be something in the locust wood that attracts the lightning. I don't know. Of course, for a lot of years, I don't know if it's had anything to do with it or not, we had a piece of farm equipment, a drag, a metal steel drag leaning up against the trunk. Now, whether that was drawing lightning, I don't know. But we did stop keeping it there. And I'm pretty sure it's still been struck since that, but anyway. I'm back to this rake. I might just take this plate off of here, this cover, and look in there and see what exactly I need to tighten up before I go to all the trouble of taking it to pieces. I was going to say blasting them to flinders, but I'll take that off and see what's what. That's not good. A little water, but no grease. Ain't no hiding that from you. You saw it here first, folks. I don't know how in the world I got in there. Can't imagine it all came through that. Doesn't make sense. I put a seal on it when I'm pretty sure I put a seal on it. Can't see much in there anyway. I think what I did was, before I put any grease in it, I wanted to make sure it fixed the problem. And when I realized it didn't, I didn't do anything but park it and figuring I'd come back to it later. But everything feels tight. I don't know. I'll have to take them all apart, I suspect. Yep. Let's spin her over with it in gear and see if I can see anything happening. That direction is not going to be an issue, but it's jumping. What's it doing? Huh. Okay. I'll have to figure out where the give is. Actually, I think I might be able to get it without taking it off just by getting this shaft out, because you can see a lot of movement there. That thing shouldn't be moving around like that. I don't know. I don't know what I did wrong when I put it together, but let's find out together, shall we? I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Got to pop this cap off, so I have a screwdriver with a lot of character. There's one of them that we carry around in the tractor. We don't put our best tools in the tractor toolboxes, as you can see. Let me knock that off. And see if I can pull this cotter pin out and get that nut off and pull that shaft out the bottom and see how to tighten up. I guess it's a bearing down there. See what's going on. That's coming off awful easy. We'll soon see what's happening. We will soon find out. I hope. Oh yeah, he's gonna come out the bottom. There you go. Now, what the heck is happening? There's a seal on there. Somehow the bearing is going. The bearing is missing. I don't know what happened. That doesn't bode very well for my mechanical abilities. I do not know what in the world went on. I can't think of what could have happened there. There's certainly no bearing in it whatsoever. But I guess I'm glad because it's an easy fix. All I got to do is put a bearing in it. But I'm at a loss as to how I put it together without that bearing in there. It's hurting me, it is. Real busy times of year when you're in the middle of working on something, you got to stop in the middle and you don't get back to it for several days and you forget where you were, and or even longer, if it's a week or two, or I don't know. These things just happen. But anyway, I probably got a bearing on the shelf. I'm going to go look. Well, I got several of them here. I'll have to try, see if one of them fits. This one seems to fit the shaft and everything. It's got this crazy seal arrangement on it. I don't know. Maybe I've cut that off. There's already a seal in the housing, so let's see what happens. None of these other ones fit, but I'm gonna, this one that has that seal on, I'm gonna go back there and see if I've got any that are that size that don't have the seal on. If I don't, then I guess I'll just cut the seal off. Not sure if it's exactly a bearing, but looks like the same thing. I'll just clean that up and put that in there. Figured I'd have the right thing. My bearing department is what's called deep depth. Snoopy, you're not supposed to be in here. Go on now. Go on out. He just wants to help. I'm Shane, put this video up. I don't know how I didn't realize it didn't have that one bearing in the bottom when I put it back together, but I'm thinking just the way it looks with no grease in it and with I didn't have any new silicone or new gasket on the plate. I'm thinking I just stuck it together temporarily till I got bearings to put in there, but then I must have forgot. It must have just sat a while. I got busy. I was busy with other things, and then I don't know. But that's I think that's my best explanation, since it was no grease in it and no new gasket on there. I just stuck it back together until I got a bearing for it. So, and I forgot all about that. But anyway, it's going together now with the bearing. I'll fill it up with grease and put a new, well, put some silicone on the plate, and should be good to go as a spare anyway. Let me get it back together. So I put a bunch of just regular grease gun grease up in there, and put some silicone. Now you want to, when you put the silicone on, you want to just use a minimum amount like I did. You don't want it squishing out all over the place and running down and getting all over everything. So just put a little skim of silicone, and don't waste your money buying at the automotive place. Go down to your hardware store and just get some regular stuff like this. It's much cheaper. It ain't as good, but it does the job. Saves you a couple dollars. And like I say, you don't need to use very much, just a tiny bit around there, you know. And then I also, since I don't know where it was leaking, spreading a little bit around here just to make sure that it no more water gets in there. At least it won't get there through that cap. Anyway, let me finish putting this thing together, and then we'll try it out. But yeah, I put a lot on there just because I wanted to make sure it was a sufficient amount. So that's just me. I'm also going to pour in some gear grease, some, I don't know, 90, 140 weight, whatever, and that mixed with the grease gun grease should be thick enough so it won't leak out the bottom at too high a rate. Keep in mind, this is not a tutorial on how to do the job right. This is just for entertainment purposes. Dolphins? No, purposes, entertainment purposes. And it's what I really did it this way, and this is how I do it when don't have time to wait for the right bearings and stuff to get here new. And I just like putting a lot of silicone on there because I think it's fun to peel off later when it's dry. So it's not true. It's just, like I say, this is all just for entertaining. So, I mean, if you do happen to accidentally learn something, I apologize. It's mostly showing you the bad example of how not to do it, but it works. It works. Save you a couple dollars. Yep. There she be. Yes, indeed. Some people might say, Bill, why are you so cheap? Why are you so cheap? Well, you either got to be good at making money or saving money. And I never learned how to make money. So what little bit I got coming in, I had to learn how to save and scrape and make do. So that's what I do. And it'd be hard, even though I'm still young, still a young man, it'd be hard at this point in life for me to change. Like if I fell into a lot of money, I'd still be a penny pincher, I guess. It's just wasteful to not be. But anyhow, it's of necessity. It ain't that I'm a money lover. I am saving to try to buy a farm because I can't get a loan to buy one. I got to save up and pay it all off. And I know I'd have it after I sell this place. But I can't sell this place until after I buy somewhere else and start moving. It's going to take me 18 months or 2 years to move everything down there that I want to move. And I full well know that it's going to cost me $50,000 to $75,000 to move stuff. So it's all factored in too. Unless unless all you fellas want to donate some time, we get a convoy going down there. Everybody bring a truck and a trailer. We'll load them all up and head down. We have a big old party, have a big barbecue when we get down there. Yes, indeed. Roast a couple hogs and a steer. Well, maybe not a steer, but an old cow. By the time I get finished burning it up over the fire, you won't know the difference anyhow. But anyway, well, I got to find a place first that I can afford. But anyway. Okay, gentlemen, I'm signing off for now. I've wasted enough of your time. Let me go waste some of my own now. See ya. On another subject, earlier today, I didn't have the camera with me. We got planes flying over here all the time, passenger jets and everything, and helicopters and fighter jets and the Blue Angels and all the time flying over here. But the passenger jets are always in the same pattern. I mean, every once in a while we see Air Force One go over, and them helicopters, whatever he calls them, go over here. This time it was a passenger jet flying in a totally different pattern, different area, different direction than I've ever seen. Well, don't generally see them fly. And just off his right-hand wing was a fighter jet escorting him. And I didn't know if something's going on. They might know anything about it. I don't know. Like I say, I didn't have the camera. I'd have tried to filminate it, digitally record. But anyway, I guess nothing really going on. If it was imminent danger or something, I guess they would tell us before we melted. I don't know. Hard to say. Anyhow, I'll keep you updated. Anything else? I don't know, more unidentified flying objects come over. I seen some the other night. It wasn't no swamp gas neither. It was down there in the meadow, down by the woods, by the stream down there. But I reckon they was fireflies. I don't know. Most logical explanation, but anyway. All right. See ya.